What's up, cast and crew? Welcome back to Tyler's Theater. I hope you all had a great holiday. So today's video is going to be in regards to Marvel's newest teaser trailers coming out. Now, if you haven't seen them already, they are on YouTube, and I do recommend that you go ahead and watch them. But today is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to be reacting to the teasers. I actually saw them when they were leaked, all pixelated and blurry before they officially came out. But after seeing them, it got my thoughts going. Basically, the two official trailers that Marvel has shown is a teaser regarding both Thor and Captain America, and it is showing that Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth are both coming back to reprise their roles as Thor and Steve Rogers. Now, the reason that I say Steve Rogers is because at the end of the teaser it says Steve Rogers will return. It does not say that Captain America will return. So, we don't know for sure whether Evans is coming back as Captain America or if he's just going to be mainly focused as Steve Rogers in this. We don't really know yet, especially that we have Sam Wilson as Captain America. But the point of this video is because, to be honest, I am conflicted.
I'm listening.
So I would say that the majority of people, after seeing Evans and Hemsworth coming back, are more excited, more happy to see their favorite heroes come back. And I'll be honest, I love the two. I am somewhat glad that they're coming back, and I will get into more detail of why there's a little bit of doubt. But I really do want to break down and kind of divulge into my thoughts as to why I feel not as excited as most people are that they are returning. And it simply goes with the fact that after Endgame, these characters in our heads were gone. Endgame kind of wrapped the bow on that present, gave a good kiss goodbye to the characters, especially, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, obviously because RDJ died and Chris Evans turned old and he passed the shield, and then we got more Captain America stuff. And so in our heads as fans, Chris Evans was gone. And so I feel like that's why it is building hype for most people, because it's like, oh, he's back. We get to see Captain America again, and we're all excited, and Chris Evans is so good at Captain America. And the problem I'm having with this is, to me, it looks insanely desperate by Marvel. It is a very desperate move. Let's be real, guys. Marvel, within the past couple years, since Endgame, has basically given us crap. Their stuff, in my opinion, and I'm sure many people agree, was just not good. And I don't need to go into, details about some of the projects they released, but we all know that Marvel is just not the same that they used to be. And I think Marvel actually is realizing that now, so they're like, oh, to save us and to come back, we need to bring back old characters. Great. But let's be real, that is not extremely creative. Marvel had a ton of characters that they could have gone off of and focused on and really written good stories about them, but honestly, they kind of just crapped the bed a little bit, made some mistakes, and they just kept making those mistakes over and over and over and over and over and over and over. They lost a ton of their fan base, and honestly, bringing back these characters, honestly, to some people, it may be too late. They may not win over part of their previous audience back because people are just kind of fed up with the movies and kind of the concept of superheroes and bad CGI, bad stories, bad characters, and it's become a whole mess. And Marvel's one final move now is to just bring these characters back. Now, with Thor, I feel like there's a little more leeway because how they left Thor off in Endgame with his kid and then, his kid in Love and Thunder, there was still more that obviously they were trying to explore with Thor, and we never really got a full ending with Thor. So for him coming back in the newest teaser, to me, it was good just to see him again. And I mean, bro, Chris Hemsworth, just in the teaser, is given a great performance. He loves this character, he knows this character, and he is the best Thor that we're going to get. So, to Thor's side, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with him coming back because we didn't really get an ending from him. With Evans, though, it is a little bit different because we got the ending, right? He was done. He was old. He was gone. He lived peacefully with Peggy. It was over. The dude finally got to rest, right? And now he's coming back, and he's got a baby. And, we'll probably get some good, if he is even in an action scene, we'll get some good fight scenes, we'll get some good acting. But it's trying to recapture the moments that we had throughout the past years of Marvel. You can't relive that, right? You're not going to get that same feeling back. You're just going to be excited for a little bit, but then eventually that feeling is going to die out. Now, to kind of tackle the elephant in the room. The main character obviously coming back, who we thought was gone for sure, is going to be RDJ. He is coming back as Doctor Doom. Now, this is very mixed throughout the fan base. Some people love it, some people hate it. To me, I feel like I'm more on the neutral side. Again, though, I felt like Downey had the best exit, the best finish that any character has had in a lot of movies. You know, his character arc, going from this selfish, arrogant, playboy type,
I'm the best,
to being this family loving character and selfless person who ends up sacrificing himself to save the entire world. I think that is an amazing story arc. One of the best characters ever written, to be real. And so we were all sad when he left, but the way he went like that, you know, we found it in our hearts to realize that we were so lucky with him as a character, right? We don't get characters like that a lot. And that's why so many of us were sad. Now, when he comes back, it's exciting, but all that emotion that you're feeling from his death diminishes. It's now slowly starting to go away because he is coming back, right? And it kind of cheapens his character a little bit when he was Iron Man and when he did sacrifice himself, because seeing him come back now as a new character, you know, we're just getting him again. No, it's a circle. It's going back around now. And yeah, we look forward to seeing him again, but it's kind of like, well, we saw him. We got what we needed. We were satisfied with him. And now we're just, feels like we're jumping back into the past a little bit, and trying to relive something that is just never going to be there again. However, with that being said, you know, Evans and Hemsworth are coming back as characters that they have played already and that we have seen. Downey, on the other hand, is coming back as a completely new character. Therefore, it is going to be a completely different vibe as compared to Evans and Hemsworth, because we could get bored with Hemsworth and Evans because we've seen it. However, Downey playing a new character, and I really hope that Downey pushes himself in this role. I hope he is menacing evil. I hope he is just not hated, but that he is intense as Doctor Doom should be. And I really hope Downey, because I know he can, but I really hope he brings that level of performance that on screen we are just like, wow, Downey is taking this to a very extreme, intense level. There's the conflict for me, is because I am so excited to see these characters, especially because I'm tired of kind of the crap characters that Marvel has been giving us. But then at the same time, I'm kind of like, okay, well, we've seen them already. You know, nostalgia is great for maybe a second, but it does not last. And to me, that's where the conflict is coming. And I am very neutral with this decision of bringing characters back. But I'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to judge too fast. I want to see the movie. You know, I'm definitely going to be there. But, you know, that's just really all I have to say about this video. I am curious to see where you guys fall on the should we bring characters back or should we let them stay in the past. But that is going to be a wrap on this video. Make sure you like, share, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one.